Another random topic video for y'all. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the nigga Kai. Today I want to talk about validating people's opinion, or lack thereof. You know, there's a saying that says, you can only be insulted by someone if you validate their opinion. If you don't validate their opinion, really doesn't mean much of anything. I definitely have first-hand experience with that, because it seemed like growing up, a lot of people just always felt the need to insult me. You know, I was also always like a soft-spoken, laid-back, chill type of individual, you know, and I came across as if I wouldn't hurt a fly. You know, that's not to say I wouldn't hurt a fly. It's just that's the way I came across. So people treat you according to the way they perceive you. You know, not according to the way you actually are, because people don't really know how you'll respond in situations until your back's against the wall. I just was never really pushed to that limit. So since I was never pushed, I just kind of, like, you know, I usually brushed it off. I never validated people's opinions. You know, one thing I always realized was that my opinion of myself is worth way more to me, or it means more than somebody else's opinion of me, because they don't have the full story. Nobody's around you 100% of the time. Not your parents, not your siblings, not your cousins, not your friends, not your coworkers, nobody. You're the only one that is there 100% of the time. So people only have a piece of you, you know. They only see a piece of you. They only see what you even want them to see. If I don't want you to see a certain side of my personality, I might just keep that away from you. For instance, if you may be a really aggressive, violent person, but when you're around your mom, you're the softest person in the world, because you don't want your mom to see that side of you. You don't want to disappoint her. You don't want her to see that her son is or daughter is a fucking animal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know friends of mine who, like a friend of mine, he would, you know, he was like a poet. He would like sneak off and write girls poetry, or he'd be on the phone reading his girls some poetry, but he didn't want none of his boys to see that. You know, he didn't want us to see that soft side of him. So he would always try to sneak off. And this one day I kind of caught him by accident. You know, he actually snuck off to my room to do that. And I'm like, yo, at the time, I could see why he did it, you know, because at the time growing up, I mean, you know, being a young hood dude in the hood, we felt like any type of emotion you showed to a woman was corny. You was a sucker. You supposed to be a player. You supposed to have these chicks in check. How the hell you showing your emotions to a chick? How are you showing vulnerability, especially to a chick? That's a big no-no where we come from. I understand it from that standpoint, but again, if you don't validate people's opinions, they don't matter to you. You know, it don't matter if I was always the type of person where I don't give a damn if the whole world had one view of a topic and I had another. You're not gonna pressure me into believing or thinking a way I don't want to think. As long as I believe something was right, that's all that ever mattered to me. I don't give a damn what anyone else thinks. You know, if I think something is right, you know, you're not gonna tell me what I know. I didn't fold that way. A lot of people, when, you know, they'll change their opinions on things based on what other people think. And I'm glad I never kind of fell for that. I feel like I definitely went through I was stressed out a lot because of that, because my friends was constantly telling me, oh, you know,
why you always act like that?
You know, they thought I was weird because I just didn't think the way everybody else thought, and I didn't give a damn about it. You know, most people, you know, could be pressured into the way they view life, which is crazy to me. That's not a way to live. I don't want to live my life based on what you think. Like, who the hell are you? I don't even care. Again, I don't care if all 7 billion people thought one way and I thought another. If I believe something, that's all that matters to me. I don't give a damn what anybody else thinks, you know, and that's how everybody should be. Too many times people are peer pressured into doing certain things or saying certain things or acting a certain way, and that's corny to me. And I seen that a lot in my friends. They would hang out with one group of people and act one way. They would hang out with another group of people and act another way. I'm like, yo, that ain't the wave right there, B. That ain't wavy. You not being yourself. Why you know, you want to hang out with these group of friends and be cool. You want to hang out with this group of friends and you want to be tough. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're probably all guilty of that to a degree, but some people, you know, they just blow with the wind. They'll completely fold under public pressure or public perception, and I feel bad for them. You know, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And you have to have some type of principles, some type of way that live your life that you think is right, and fuck what everybody else thinks. To hell with them. Because when you going through the things that you go through, because you constantly fold to the public pressure, because, you know, it will take a toll on you emotionally, they're not going to be there for you. So I mean, again, growing up in the hood, I was up in college, I would always get pressure to do crime. I'm like, I mean, they used to steal like a lot of laptops when I was in college, and my friends, they were always looking at me like,
yo, what up with the laptops, man? You ain't up there?
I'm like, yo, I'm up here for school, bro. Like, what? Imagine me getting caught with a fucking trying to steal a laptop and getting thrown out of school.
Are you gonna help me get in another school? Are you gonna give my mom her money back that she paid for me to be in college? Are you gonna speak to her when she's cursing me the hell out? Like, what the fuck was you thinking? And if she gets so mad that she throws me out, are you gonna take me in?
No, you're not. So Therefore, fuck your opinion. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Nigga dudes will be like,
Yo, man, yo, sometimes I don't be knowing about you, Kai, man.
I'm like, ah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, click, holla. And, you know, again, I'm not saying it's easy. It's very difficult to be yourself in any environment, you know, but I grew up in the keep it real generation. Keep it real under all situations. Be yourself under all situations. The hip-hop music that I grew up listening to, that was constantly the message. As I got a little older, the keep it real generation changed to the get money generation. You know, get money at all cost generation. Fuck everything else. The things kind of changed. So now we have a generation of people who they'll act according to how whatever it is to get a dollar. They don't give a fuck. They'll rob your grandmother. They'll steal from their uncle. They'll steal from their mom. It don't matter. All in the need to get money. So I'm happy I grew up in the generation I grew up in, where I was the mantra, the slogan, or whatever you want to, the catchphrase everyone was saying.
Yo, keep it real. Keep it real, son. You know what I'm saying? Always keep it real.
I carry that with me to this day. Again, it's not easy. You know, peer pressure is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you will fold under that pressure, but you know, just make sure you never bend. You may bend, but don't break. You know, I mean, that's just the best advice I could give y'all. And I'm gonna say it one more time: your opinion of yourself is way more important than somebody else's opinion of you, or even a group of people, your group of friends, whatever, your family. Whoever, it don't matter. Don't fold to the, you know, don't let other people's insecurities project on you. You know, people love doing that. You know, whatever they think of themselves, they'll project it on you. You know, a lot of people fall for it and deal with a lot of heartache and stress and even depression because of it. So, you know, it's always better to move to the beat of your own drum. For one thing, you only have yourself to blame. I could live through life saying that, okay, I made a mistake and I learned from it and I can move on. But if I'm listening to you, I'm like, damn, I don't know whether, had I listened to myself, I don't know how things would have turned out. Fuck other people's opinions. Don't validate them. Only unless you want to. If it's something that you believe and it aligns with your moral code, then rock with it. If it don't fuck with it. That's just the best I could tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? And as always, just my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.